We're going to puree some chicken today. So I have diced cooked chicken just out of the bag, ready to go. And I'm just going to take my food processor and I'm going to put my chicken in here. So I'm going to run the food processor real quick. Let's stop this here for a moment. You can see that as I'm processing this, it is dry and crumbly. I mean, I'm making sure that we get those big bits down. But if I run this food processor for a long time, it's not really going to puree. It needs some liquid to help it puree. And so what I'm going to do is I have some vegetable stock that I've already thickened to extremely thick level 4. And the reason I do this is because when I put that in here, it is going to lubricate it and it's going to help it process down to puree. And when I do it, you'll notice right away it goes from being just kind of pushing around this dry stuff to really processing it. It also, if there was some loose liquid in here, it would mix in with that and thicken it up. And it moistens. So you have it moistening, it's sopping up the liquids, and it's helping lubricate it so it processes down. And I'm probably going to add about a ½ ounce to an ounce per ounce of meat. It's kind of an eyeball thing because I'm just making adjustments based on how the food is processing today. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to stop it for a moment here and scrape down the sides again. But I hope you noticed that as I added that to the bowl, it just almost immediately began to process down into the puree. Now I can see right here as I'm scraping it down that it probably needs a little more moisture so that it doesn't stick as much. So I'm just going to add that before I turn it back on. And I'm just letting it turn over and process and breaking down those bits. Probably with a commercial food processor like a Roku, it's going to go a little bit faster than this. So I think that's looking pretty good. I'm going to set this aside here. I'm going to bring my testing board out. I'm going to add just a scoop of the chicken here, or two. And what we begin to see with our IDDSI testing methods, first one is the fork test. You can see how it's kind of holding its shape here, but as soon as I push on it, it immediately breaks down nice and easily. When I scoop this up, there's no liquid that's coming out of it, and it bridges across the tines of the fork, no problem. And then when we do our spoon tilt test, we have it on there. We tilt it, it falls off. You can give it a little shake if you needed to. There's usually going to be some kind of film on here. It's not very thick and it's not very sticky, and so that's going to be fine. IDDSI also provides us with these handy audit sheets, and on here they have all the testing methods, and so you can make sure there's no lumps. You can make sure that the food sits in a mound above a dinner fork, and you can check that at the time of service, and they want you to test it for 15 and 30 minutes after serving as well. They're very handy, especially during recipe development and during your normal routine audit cycle. That is an important part of it. And finally, it's always important to keep in mind that we are adjusting the food as we're processing it to meet the IDDSI testing standards, because that's what's important. It needs to meet the IDDSI testing standards, so always write your recipes or have recipes in a manner that allow you to adjust for the natural variation of the food so that you're making the right modifications to meet the testing standards. And that's how you make a nice, quick and easy pureed chicken. Thanks for watching.